blessed to see a tape of Dr. Khalid Muhammad at Temple University. I never forget the date, because the date he had on the tape was February 10th, 1990. And he was this bald black man, and he was blazing. I mean, everything that was coming out of his mouth, I was like, "Woo, who is that?" And my uncle was like, "Oh, that's Farrakhan's man." He said, "Oh, yeah?" I said, "Yeah, you know Farrakhan." I said, "Yeah, I do." So after that, I was like, okay. I listened and I listened. And I was like, wow, I said, that guy, if I ever get a chance to meet up with somebody like him, oof, I gotta roll with that. So it just so happens I happen to be in Harlem. Mart 125, they used to have across from the Apollo Theater. And I'm walking, and I said, that's the brother. I said, that is the brother. Hold on. So I run up on him, but of course, you know, the proof right in front of him. And he's like, whoa, 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 be easy. Brother don't know no better. So I came up, I shook his hand. I said, you know, I like what you're saying. I said, you know what? I'd like to hear some more. Where are you going to be? So he said, come on out to the mosque. At the time, they had the mosque on 2033 Fifth Avenue in Harlem. Right? It was in between 125 and 126, I think. Any event, I went and I saw, and I was like, oh, I like this. So I came up and we talked, and afterwards he met with me, he gave me his number, and he found out that I did videotape. So we were talking, and you know, he wanted to set some things up. And the next thing I know, I was like, okay, whenever, whatever you want to do, no problem. So he was moving around the city, and as he moved around the city, I didn't know at the time, but he had just recently gotten to New York from California, I believe. And he was talking about, you know, setting up a base here and doing some big things. I was like, I'd like to be a part of that to help you out and everything. So he's like, yeah, whatever you can do to help me, that's fine. So we did. And at the time he had a brother David 3X, that was his chief of staff, I believe. And he came and, you know, set up the video appointment, said, you guys are going to be our official video crew. And whenever he was in New York, we would videotape him and, you know, just kind of, you know, get the word out that Doc was in town. So we did that, and we got kind of closer, and we would go and move all around the city. And he worked with another brother at the time who had a shop on 125th Street, brother Malachi. And he, like I said, he set up different things on cable access programs or Black Youth Day events. And we would always be with him, and we'd be videotaping him for just about everything. So we had a large archives of Dr. Khalid videotapes, and you kind of get to know him after a while, you know, certain things, and, you know, coming around and talking, and good brother.